we also have to be comfortable with failing fast. Because if you're going to try new stuff, you are going to fail, and that's fine.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to Innovating India, the show that gets you all the innovation and disruption that's happening in the country as India gears up for possibly a second wave of the pandemic. And as we talk about job creation and opportunities in the future, we have with us one of the most insightful people to talk to us and take us through how we can navigate the post COVID world and what our workplace is going to look like. What are the skill sets that you need to thrive in this? Please welcome Ms. Rekha Menon. She is the chairperson and senior managing director of Accenture, which is, of course, one of India's leading employers. Thank you very much, Ms. Menon. Let's begin by how has COVID disrupted our workplace?
Couple of things have happened. One, businesses are right now transforming in many different ways at the same time. Earlier, it used to be linear, right? But right now, they're having to, whether it's looking at their cost base, or how do you build resilience, or how do you put security into your operations, how do you change customer experience, all that is happening. So that's really what we're calling compressed transformation. Mm-hmm. That's one trend. The second trend is, and we've experienced it, you and I have experienced it, consumer behavior has changed irreversibly. We're not going back. And therefore, businesses have to realize that they have to reinvent themselves, right? They're reinventing themselves. What are the new products they have to offer? What are the services they have to now give? What kind of customer experience has to happen, right? The third change that has happened is everything is digital.
Right.
Today, every business is a digital business, right? Because we at Accenture believe that it was true before COVID, but that debate is over, right? Everybody is now a digital business. And therefore, that's leading again to, as I said, change in business models, but also adoption of technologies and cloud, AI, and other disruptive technologies. And the last trend that organizations, because of COVID and the pandemic and the disruption that has happened, is they are starting to believe that it's not just the shareholders we have to support, but we also have to create value for all stakeholders, like a 360-degree view, right? We have to build sustainable practices, we have to look at the community, etc. And so those are the big trends that are shaping the businesses right now.
So what skill sets would be crucial for people to thrive in this new world, in this new professional world that we've seen coming out during the pandemic and now post the pandemic?
If I link to what I just said, because of the disruption, a couple of things are happening. One, digital skills have become very important. As I said, because every business is digital, and you don't have to be just a coder, but you need to know how to operate in the digital world. Because even if you're in an offline work, at least the basic use of digital has become very important, right? So digital skills, I would say, are absolutely critical, right? One has to equip themselves at different levels. You could be at the initial level, or you could go deeper in. And there's an acute shortage. So I think that there's a huge opportunity, because there's an acute shortage globally and in India. In fact, in India, we have 8 times more jobs in digital than we have people available. So that skill set is very important. Second, we've seen new industries emerge. We've seen new experiences emerge. I talked about customer experience, for example, right? Yeah. And even companies that weren't earlier in the customer experience space are now having to look at who their customers are, whether it's a business to business or it's a business to consumer, and work with them very differently. So those kind of skills are important. Bottom line would be stay agile, stay constantly learning, make sure that you have the basic technology skills, make sure that you know how to collaborate in a virtual world, and that will keep you in good stead.
Is there an innovating mindset that you look out for, or that an individual can build and to be able to create and to be able to adapt and to be able to thrive.
When you say how do people be innovative, one has to be a little deliberate about it, right? Which means, for example, in our case, we encourage our people to question the status quo. We encourage our people to co-create with our clients on their innovation journeys. We have contests for them. We've just finished a contest where our people were involved in, finding very disruptive solutions for challenges. But we also have to be comfortable with failing fast, because if you're going to try new stuff, you are going to fail, and that's fine. So fail fast, be agile, step out of your comfort zone, take some risks, and that's the only way innovation will happen.
What advice would you have for those business owners and promoters on building companies for tomorrow, for tomorrow's India? I'm talking about the legacy brands and legacy companies and the smaller enterprises.
Innovation is not something that is only done if you have a lot of money or you're putting a lot of funding behind it. It's a mindset and a culture, and it's understanding that if we don't innovate, we die, right? Competition will come and eat us alive. And therefore, if you think with that mindset, and second, it cannot be done in one part of the organization. You can't say, okay, we have a little innovation team and the rest of the business does what it does, right? There has to be a culture to question, as I said, to look outside, maybe collaborate with other innovative organizations in the ecosystem. So collaborate. Second, build a clear culture and recognize that this is crucial in order to survive and grow.
My final question to you, your advice for job seekers.
Look for where the opportunities are. One, look for where your strengths are, because it may not be something that you are comfortable doing or equipped to do. But most important, invest in yourself to learn what's needed for those jobs. Don't constrain yourself to opportunities within your geographical location. Look beyond that, right? And learn. Keep learning.
All right. Thank you very much, Ms. Menon. I found the conversation very useful, and I'm sure people watching this would be very, very immensely benefited with your very candid comments. Thank you very much.
Thank you.